Exam anxiety. What is it really telling us? Welcome to a new episode of our podcast, A Safe Space. A space where we pause, reflect, and face life with more awareness and calm. Today's episode is about a feeling many of us know all too well, whether young or old, experienced or new. That feeling that creeps in before exams, wraps around our chest, and clutters our thoughts. It's the fear of exams. Have you ever felt well prepared, only to forget everything the moment the test begins? Have you walked into an exam hall with a racing heart, sweaty palms, and a blank mind? Have you ever lost sleep, lost your appetite, or even cried before a big test? If you answered yes, you're not alone. In this episode, we'll journey into the roots of this fear, not to judge it, but to understand it. Because behind every fear, there's a message. And behind every moment of stress, there's an unmet need. What is exam anxiety? Exam anxiety isn't just temporary nervousness. It's a real emotional and physical state that many students experience. It can show up as tension, insomnia, difficulty concentrating, or even full-blown panic. This fear is not always a sign of weakness or poor preparation. It often comes from deeper, more personal roots, from childhood, past experiences, and the environments that shaped us. What causes this fear? Let's take a closer look at some of the main reasons behind this fear. Fear of failure. In societies where success is tightly linked to grades, students may feel that their entire worth depends on exam results. If they fail, they're failures. If they succeed, they're good enough. This link between self-worth and performance creates intense pressure. Fear of disappointing others. Many students carry the expectations of parents, teachers, and peers on their shoulders. They fear letting them down. It's not just their own disappointment they fear, it's others as well. Past negative experiences. A student who once froze during a test or was scolded for a low grade may carry that memory for years. It resurfaces in every exam like a silent echo of failure. Harsh environments and evaluation systems. When education becomes about punishment, threats, or constant comparison, learning turns into fear, not curiosity. The joy of discovery is replaced with a fear of consequences, poor study habits, or time management. Sometimes the anxiety isn't emotional but practical. Students who procrastinate or don't know how to review efficiently feel overwhelmed, and fear is their mind's alarm bell. Naturally anxious or sensitive personalities. Some students are simply more sensitive, more prone to overthinking, and more easily overwhelmed. For them, the fear isn't just about the exam, it's how they're wired. Is fear always a bad thing? Fear isn't our enemy. It's a signal. Sometimes fear tells us how much we care, how deeply we want to succeed. It's not always something to fight. Sometimes it's something to listen to. But when fear becomes paralyzing, when it silences our voice and dims our clarity, it becomes a barrier, not a guide. Balance is key. A little fear can help us prepare. Too much can make us collapse. How can we manage exam fear? Acknowledge the feeling without shame. Don't tell your child or yourself, "There's no reason to be scared, it's just a test." Instead say, "I see you're scared. Let's listen to what this fear is trying to tell us." Separate self-worth from performance. You are more than your grades. Your intelligence, creativity, kindness, and resilience are not measured by a test. Build smart study skills. Help yourself or your child learn how to study effectively, rest regularly, and break down material over time. Good organization leads to lower stress. Reframe the exam itself. Instead of seeing it as a terrifying threat, see it as an opportunity. What have I mastered? What do I still need to learn? Let exams become part of your learning, not a judgment of your worth. Practice calming the body and mind. Deep breathing, rest, positive affirmations, and healthy routines can make a big difference. Small tools, big impact. At the end of the day, fear of exams isn't a flaw. It's a whisper from within. A call for safety and for understanding, for reassurance. Let's transform this fear from a barrier to a bridge, from an enemy to a teacher, because life will give us many tests, some on paper and some in the heart. And those who learn to understand their fear will learn to walk through challenges with more clarity, strength, and peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this episode touched your heart or reminded you of someone who needs to hear it, share it. And stay with us, as more episodes are coming, full of insight and calm. Until next time.